Hi guys. So it's been a long day and I'm tired, but I wanted to do a video answering a spiritual question that a client asked me today, which was, how do you know the difference between a regular dream that you have during sleep versus an intuitive or a psychic dream? And there are a few differences. Now, I started getting psychic dreams or intuitive dreams as young as 5 years old. Between the ages of 5 and 12, I got a lot of my psychic or intuitive information or visions through dreams. And I also had a few psychic visions or intuitive visions between the ages of 5 and 12, which were while I was awake, but primarily between the ages of like 4 and I would say 9, I got most of my psychic information through dreams or while sleeping. And the biggest difference is usually a regular dream that you would have like during sleep is filtering out information that you don't need. So it would relate to somehow something, whether it be the subject or the people that you've been involved with recently, or a situation that you've dealt with recently. It may be distorted and not make sense and have other things mixed in there, but a part of it would relate to something that you've been dealing with or people that you've been around recently in your life. With a psychic dream or an intuitive dream, usually they come out of the blue and they don't relate to anything that you personally have dealt with up until that point. Then they happen after you dream about it. But usually, you haven't experienced what you see in that dream up to that point. And also, with regular dreams, sometimes we can think about them, but after a day or two, we kind of forget about it, unless it's like a reoccurring dream that happens more than once. But typically, a regular dream we kind of forget about, and when it's a psychic vision, you can't get it off your mind. Like, you keep thinking about it, you keep thinking about it until pieces come together and it starts happening to you or the person you've dreamt about. So that's the main thing, is that you can't stop thinking about it until it starts to all come together. The other thing is, a psychic vision in a dream is usually not distorted in the way that a normal dream can be. Like, everything makes sense. It's like watching a movie. You can see everything that's happening, and there's nothing illogical or strange happening. Like, in a regular dream, you might dream about, let's say, your grandmother, but she's not in her house. She's in your aunt's house, or she's in your current house that you live in. Like, something that wouldn't make sense. Whereas in a psychic vision, everything makes sense. You just don't know or recognize that it's happened yet, but there's nothing strange or distorted about it, typically. And it feels like you're literally watching a movie. Or if the psychic vision involves you or someone that you're really close to, it can feel like it's actually happening right then, but you still have this sense of watching it rather than experiencing it. And you kind of almost know that it's a dream, but it does not feel like a dream. Those are the main differences. Also, if you'd like to start getting psychic or intuitive information in your dreams, it's important to have a journal that's separate, and even a pen or a pencil that you use only for recording the dreams that you can remember. And when you start out, usually your dreams won't have psychic or intuitive information unless you've always had them where you receive messages like that. Usually they won't have that information until you start trying to remember them and making an effort to write them down as soon as you wake up. Or if you wake up in the middle of the night and you remember something, it's really important to take the time to write it down and to ask your angels and your guide and pray that you start getting messages from God or messages from your guide and angels through dreams. The more that you ask for that and make an effort to write it down in a separate journal that's only, used for that, so it only has the energy of your dreams and that information, the more likely that will develop for you. And it takes time, but it will happen because we all have the capacity to get psychic information through dreams. We just need to be open to it, to want it, and to make an effort to allow it to happen or to process information in that way that makes sense later on and is connected to spirit in that way. So I hope this is helpful. And until next time, love, light, and blessings. I love answering your questions this way. I feel like it's like late night chats with Melissa or something. So please keep sending me your questions. You can message me on Facebook. You can write a comment on Facebook. You can message me on Instagram. You can send me a tweet. You can email me any way that you'd like to ask me a question. For those of you that have my number, feel free to text me because I really like answering the questions in this way. And until next time, love, light, and blessings. I love you guys. Bye.